everyone, my name is Jill Roberts, and I'm so happy to introduce you to another episode. Today we're sitting down with Jordan Bautista, MHS senior. All right, so Jordan, I got an email from your guidance counselor this week, and I'm just going to read part of that right now. Hi, Jill. I wanted to let you know that one of my students, Jordan Bautista, class of 2024, is a recipient of the QuestBridge Scholarship, which matched him with Tufts University, and he received a full paid 4-year scholarship. Wow. Okay. So tell us about this.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited for the scholarship. So the scholarship I applied to, QuestBridge, is like a national merit scholarship, in which it's sort of like a competition amongst like other people amongst the country. It's specifically targeted towards like low-income students and those that excel. And yeah, I'm excited for Tufts University. I visited the campus exactly a week ago, and I'm excited to meet the community there and pursue my passions there.
Why Tufts? Like, what did you find appealing, intriguing? What was your takeaway from visiting Tufts?
From visiting Tufts, like before the tour and admitted student day, something that has always attracted me was definitely their engineering program there. I heard they were pretty well known for it, and I was interested. And yeah, and speaking of engineering, things that I plan to do at college, specifically my major is biomedical engineering. I like both biology and engineering, and I thought that was sort of like, you know, a ground between the two. And part of that too, I plan to pursue a minor in music, sound, and culture. In other words, that's their music minor there. And besides that, I also plan to participate in the orchestra.
So you are a person of many interests then.
Yeah.
So how are you able to pursue all of these interests? Like, what has your day looked like here at Marlborough High School? How have you been able to kind of do what you love to do and grow as a young adult?
I mean, certainly it has been busy this year. I recall, especially during like the college application season, I would get to school around 7 for student council e-board meetings, and then have to do after school curriculars. I do AP Spanish, calculus, BC/multivariable, VHS AP Bio, which pretty much it's virtual high school. I do all of it by myself, and AP Spanish, and it was a lot at first, but I felt like it paid off.
So tell me about the scholarship. So when it says you have a 4-year scholarship, what does that financially mean to you?
Financially, to me, it pretty much means it covers practically everything, because not only does it cover 4 years of tuition, but housing, meal plans, and even stuff that I need. So pretty much I don't get to pay technically anything.
That's incredible. There's a lot of scholarships out there that will cover it kind of presents as a full ride, but sometimes it's just the coursework or there's certain things.
Yeah.
So you have a full ride.
Literally.
That's amazing. So when you found out, did you find out through your guidance counselor? Did you find out through the program? How did you find this out?
Yeah, QuestBridge has their own website. It's pretty much like any ordinary college application application portal. Has the same format at all, and all I did was pretty much just logged into my QuestBridge account, updated my status, and like any other college, it would just tell me I was matched to the school, and yeah. And then later, a few weeks later, Tufts University contacted me personally and informed me that I do indeed have the scholarship.
Awesome. So who do you live with at home? How did they feel about this?
So my parents, they've immigrated from Mexico here to give me and my brothers the chance of to pursue a higher degree of education, and we're not particularly the most wealthiest at all. But once when I discovered QuestBridge, it was something that sort of pretty much motivated me and my parents to strive hard this year, specifically my senior year, and not to step down.
Yeah.
And once they found out that I did indeed got the scholarship, they were pretty much glad, relieved, and everything, because it sort of fulfilled their purpose of coming here in the first place to give me and my brothers an education.
Yeah, speaking as a parent, I have 4 kids as well, and I just the thought of it makes me really, really happy and proud of you and for your family. That's a huge relief. You worry about your kids. You worry about are they going to be able to do this? You set them up as much as you can, and then to see them flourish. All right. So thinking about giving advice. So if anybody's watching this, let's say you've got a middle schooler watching this. What advice would you give a current 8th grader about to move up to Marlborough High School next year? What advice would you give them in terms of how they use their time here at the high school?
I know it's going to sound cheesy the way I'm going to say, but just, literally just keep on going and trying your best. For me, senior year, while most have sort of wanted to take a tone down, I wanted to continue to challenge myself And that is what I did through all the extracurriculars I did. Not to say that I did it for college, because I'm also passionate in music. I'm passionate in serving my community and the student body. But it does help to, like, you know, put a bit of, like, oomph into senior year. And to, yeah, just keep trying. Just don't give up. My number one advice at most, do not do everything last minute, because
It's a lot of extra stress,
yeah.
a lot of extra pressure.
Yeah.
Can you tell us all the different clubs, activities that you've been involved in, and just like a quick little thing about that?
So I'm trying to think back to all of what I'm doing.
Or whatever's been the most meaningful.
Yeah. So this year I was part of MHS, and this year I'm also part of Trium Music Honor Society. I think that's how it's called. It's pretty much, think about it as NHS, but for music students.
Yep.
I was secretary, and I'm still am 2 times in a row.
Nice.
And I think I've been in student council since sophomore year. I stepped up from secretary to VP, and then from vice president, I became president of student council.
Cool.
And I'm part of, like, many music groups.
Yep.
I think I'm part of string ensemble, jazz band, string chamber, color guard, and I feel like I'm missing something else, but that's all I can think of at the top of my head.
Yeah.
And yeah, I pretty much am, from what I said, I'm pretty much passionate in music and all.
That's awesome. Okay, and then let's see. Tell me, like, a couple of adults that in the building, so teachers, club advisors, counselors, whatever. Can you just tell me a few adults here in Marlborough High School that have made a positive impact in your life?
One of the most significant people I met this year was Miss Reed, the librarian at the Marlborough High library. She was my VHS psych coordinator and all, but I felt like she acted more as as a friend to me. I would sometimes talk about stuff and all, college and all, and she would tell me from her experience with her daughters and all. In fact, one of her daughters went to Tufts University, and I got at least to sort of indirectly talk to her,
That's
us
awesome.
to an extent. But she was there to provide me more support, and just also there to encourage me to pursue when I felt like I couldn't during my beginning of my senior year. And someone else I can think that also has provided me a positive impact has been Miss Klein. I think I sort of met her back in freshman year, and she is the student council advisor and all. And I would like to pretty much thank her too for sort of being there for me, giving me advice on leadership and all, and on essay writing and all. Because I would say that if it weren't for her contribution to my life, I feel like maybe I wouldn't have not gone as far as I would have thought I would have.
Wow.
And this is not someone from Marlborough High School, but from the middle school. I think her name is Miss Colantoni, and I recall from 7th grade, she left me this really significant comment. I think it was, if I remember seeing you in the hallway with your cello and folders, and I knew you were destined to do great things. She gave me that in a letter form, and I cried from that, and I would like to, if she is watching this, thank her for that comment.
That's awesome. I'm not sitting here also crying. That's awesome. Teachers can make such an impact on your lives. And sometimes it's just those few words that you share with kids that stay with you. Will you promise at some point, maybe next year or a couple of years from now, to come back and maybe talk to students that might be interested or that might need some motivation?
Yeah, I'm willing to do that. I do make plans from to eventually come back to Marlborough High School and engage in community service, such as through the Music Association. Nice. And I do know a couple freshmen, sophomores, and juniors who are in a similar position to me, and I do intend to encourage them probably when I'm at Tufts to try to go for the same scholarship that I do.
That's awesome.
But I recommend anyone who feels is of a similar situation to apply to the scholarship and all.
Awesome. Great. Wow. I'm really impressed by you. Congratulations. This is a really big deal.
Yeah, it is.